Can you tell if someone's lying? What signs are there?
You blush, your hands sweat, your forehead sweats, your armpits sweat, and you might laugh or giggle, or you just don't look at them, like you look down or you look to the other side.
If they repeat themselves, if they don't make eye contact, maybe they talk too fast.
What's a white lie?
A small lie where lying isn't too serious.
Can you give an example?
If you had a bad day and someone asks, "How was your day?" you say it was fine.
How about you? Do you ever tell white lies? Do you think it's always best to tell the truth? In this lesson, we'll look at countable nouns like signs and lies, and we'll figure out how a noun like truth is different. Do you already know? Is truth countable or uncountable?
English Grammar with Jennifer. 7 things you should know about uncountable nouns.
There are different names, different grammar terms for nouns we can't count. Uncountable nouns, non-count nouns, mass nouns. Some common signs of lying are uncountable nouns, like laughter, eye contact, or no eye contact. We can't count these things. Uncountable nouns take a singular verb. Here are some examples. Hockey is my family's favorite sport. The water tastes strange. The weather has been unpredictable. Was there any truth to what he said? So did I just give you the answer to an earlier question? Is truth an uncountable noun? Well, often yes. But let's go on to my third point and you'll get a complete answer. Some nouns can be both uncountable and countable. I just gave the example. Was there any truth to what he said? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. Both examples are correct. The first is an uncountable noun. The second is countable. It's a plural noun, truths. Specific facts can be called truths. With the countable meaning, we often use the plural noun. The uncountable noun, truth, is more general and abstract. The truth refers to the general concept of what is real and what is true. Truth is also a quality, the quality of being true. The uncountable noun truth takes a singular verb. There's a well-known quote from the American TV series, The X-Files. The famous tagline is, "The truth is out there." Often when we have a noun with both meanings, the uncountable noun is more general or abstract. The countable noun is usually more specific in nature. Here are additional examples of nouns with countable and uncountable meanings. As I list the sentences, See how quickly you can identify the countable and uncountable nouns. Ready? My older sister plans to study law. Laws about cell phone use while driving vary from state to state. Before you get the key to a new home, you have to sign a lot of legal papers. In our school, we have a special bin to recycle paper. A baseball can cause a serious injury if it hits you in the head. Do you enjoy watching baseball? A pair of gold rings is a symbol of marriage. Olivia doesn't like to talk about her 2 previous marriages. I sometimes have just a slice of bread with tea for breakfast. Some breads are healthier than others. Challenge yourself to think about other words with uncountable and countable meanings. Can you see the difference between abstract and specific? Think of words like adventure and video. One way to help identify uncountable nouns is to remember common categories these nouns belong to. A few years back, I had the amazing experience of co-authoring a grammar book, Next Generation Grammar 3, and the appendix has a list of these categories. I'll share some with you. Nouns like law, business, and sales are occupations or fields. In the abstract sense, they're uncountable. What field do you work in? Business? Education? Engineering? Similarly, subjects we study are uncountable nouns. Anthropology, art, history. What did you study in college, or what do you want to study? Nouns like paper, plastic, glass, and wood are materials, and they're uncountable when we use them in the general or abstract sense. What are you wearing right now? Cotton? Silk? Nylon? Names of sports and activities are often uncountable, and they take a singular verb. Baseball, dancing, yoga, hockey. What are your favorite activities? Reading, hiking? We use uncountable nouns to refer to events in our lives or in history. Birth, death, marriage. But if we get specific, we can use these nouns with a countable meaning. For example, we can talk about having multiple marriages, marriages to different people. Nouns that refer to food or drink are countable if we're referring to specific ones or specific types. But if we're using these words in the general sense, then they're uncountable, like bread, tea, cereal, milk. What do you drink at breakfast? Coffee? Tea? Hot cocoa? We can use quantifying phrases to make uncountable nouns countable. There are some quantifiers that you can use with countable and uncountable nouns. Here are some you likely know, but it's good to review them. A lot of stress, a lot of problems. Lots of money, lots of bills. Plenty of time, plenty of people. Some sugar, some lollipops. More salt, more bottles. Hardly any space, hardly any seats. No light, no light bulbs. Any doubt, any answers. Then there are quantifying phrases you can only use with uncountable nouns. See if you know these. A great deal of power. A little pressure. A bit of confidence. Little pride. In English, we also use some very specific words to refer to an amount of something. Let's see if you're familiar with some of these quantifying phrases. I'll share some now and some more on Facebook. Match the phrase to the uncountable noun it can quantify. Make the most logical and natural sounding matches. A bowl of soup, a dose of medicine, a piece of advice, a field of wheat, an act of kindness. Don't confuse uncountable nouns with collective nouns. Uncountable nouns are often abstract or just a mass of something. Air, flower, exercise, science. But a collective noun refers to a group of something, a group that has members. Here are some examples of collective nouns. Committee, government, majority, minority, staff, team. Unlike uncountable nouns, collective nouns can have a singular or plural meaning depending on the context. But in American English, collective nouns are almost always singular.
Truthfully, American English speakers may choose to avoid using collective nouns with a plural verb. See these sentences? Here's how I'd prefer to rewrite them.
So it's safe to say that both uncountable nouns and collective nouns take a singular verb in American English. Do they use the same quantifiers, the same quantifying phrases? No. First of all, we can usually make collective nouns plural. One committee, two committees, several committees. So we can talk about several committees or several teams, but we can't talk about several advices. Advice remains an uncountable noun, no S. Second, collective nouns themselves can help us quantify things. I'll share some examples now and some on Facebook. Match the phrase to the plural noun it can quantify. Make the most common matches. A school of fish, a chain of stores, a pack of wolves, a host of problems. Well, I hope you picked up some new information and learned a few new quantifying phrases. That's all for now. Thanks for watching and happy studies.
Remember to join me on Twitter for vocabulary practice. I'm there Monday through Friday. You can also join me on Facebook for bonus materials. I'll be posting additional practice for this lesson.